And we're back on the Bronx Journal with Mike Amadeo. And when we were on the break, you were telling me that song that you were performing, you are the composer of Que Me Lo Den en Vida. It's one of my favorite songs of all time, the Gran Combo.
Yes.
You wrote that for the Gran Combo.
That's correct.
And you wrote for Celia Cruz?
Roberto Ledesma, Felipe Pirela, Cheo Feliciano, Dio Cuba, Tito Puente, Santos Colón.
Well, no wonder your record shop is so famous, because the musicians come to see you, so you write their songs.
That is correct.
Okay, so one hand washes the other.
That's correct.
Okay, so let's get back to the point that I made before we went to the break, and that is, how do you keep a record shop alive? You know, you went from vinyl to cassettes, to those 8 tracks, you remember those 8 tracks, and then the cassettes, and now it's digital,
CD,
it's downloading on the internet. How do you compete?
Well, what I'm doing is trying to keep the old music alive. If you go to my store, you will find anything that music that was recorded in 1927 by Trio Matamoro.
Okay,
and things like the old music, because those, a lot of people don't.
They have not been digitized. That nobody has them.
They don't fool around with it in the street either.
I see. So basically, what you have in your shop is mostly collector stuff.
Collector's items.
Okay. And you've turned the shop into more a specialty shop.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And so, what is the most expensive album that a collector might want that you have in your store?
We don't price them, high. Everything that you go to the store, if you could get La Última Copa by Felipe Rodriguez, which was recorded in 1952, you pay $11.95 for it. I mean, I don't charge no $15, $20.
And all your albums are, all your music is used albums that you'll be selling or brand new?
No. What I do is I have there's a record company in Puerto Rico called Puerto Rico Record, Disco Hit. And I happen to be a very close friend of the owner. And these people have a catalog of they have over 2,000 CDs. Everything is original and it's done on CD by them, by the company.
But what about all vinyl albums? Do you still sell
You don't find, no, we don't have that many.
Everything is on CDs now?
Yeah, we don't have that many. I also have about 10,000 45, but I don't want to put them. I have all those records hidden in the back because people want to go and mess
They're not for sale?
with them. Not at the moment, but before the end of the year, all that is going to be computerized, or I have to do something with it. So I got to sell it. People want to buy it, and I will sell them.
So nowadays,
45 for jukebox.
Nowadays, you were telling me that Tito Nieves was at your shop recently.
He happens to be my, ese es mi sobrino.
Oh, he's
my
your
nephew, by the way. Yes.
So say hello for me because we've known each other for years. You were telling me when we were on the break that you just turned 75. You
Last Friday,
don't look 75.
I was born May 8, 1934.
Okay, so again, tell me more about the shop. What happens there during the course of a day, especially on the weekends, right? You get more people coming in. Do musicians and famous people just happen to drop by?
Well, there's a catch to all this. There's a person that is a very close friend of mine who has a radio program called Francis Mende, and I help him out with the programming, with the program, getting the music, and every time they call the station on Sundays and they try to get a song for him to listen on the air,
him to you
right away. He calls me on the phone and I get them the music. So this man, every time he talks on the show, it's about Casa Amadeo, Casa Amadeo. So because of him.
Okay, you didn't tell me what the prices was because you say they're all priced the same. But which one is the oldest record that you have?
Well, I have records there by Cugat, Desi Arnaz. I have, oh God, I got Lecuona Cuban Boys. And I'm talking about original recordings on CD.
So, like if I wanted Machito and the Afro-Cubans, you would
I have about 25 or 30 different CDs.
Okay. So Machito. Anybody who is into that old music, they can go to your store and find it.
Go to my store.
Now, is there a website?
No.
You're setting up one up?
Everything in my store is...
They have to go there.
This is the only computer in the store. You go to the store, you ask for a record, and I go and pick it out and put it in your hand. You don't have to go and press no button.
It's like the old-fashioned way. So tell me, what advice, I mean, you're a composer, you have this shop. I'm sure that young musicians, young Latino musicians especially, come to you all the time for advice on how to get started in the music business.
I help them a lot.
What do you tell them?
Well, a lot of guys that go to the store right now, besides Barreto when he was alive and all these big guys, they were always in the store. But now I get all these new artists coming into the store. Even Aventura, one of the most famous groups, they're from the area.
Right.
And every time they are in town, I sell them the strings for the guitars and everything, and they talk to me. You know, they want to produce.
Do you sell musical instruments as well in the store?
Yes, I sell guitars because that's what I play and that's what I know.
Okay.
I don't want to sell pianos or anything that I don't know how to handle.
So again, we got 1 minute left. What advice do you give young musicians who come to your store nowadays? And not only, you know, salsa musicians, I mean, you know, there's new genres nowadays, and I'm sure there's people seeking advice, especially on how to get that first recording, right?
That's correct. It's very hard to get recordings in these days. It's very, very hard. But I always tell them, you know, I started when I was very young. I was only 16 years old when I did my first recording in 1951.
Wow.
And let me tell you, it wasn't easy then. But now you could do, if you have the money, you could do anything you want. A lot of musicians, that's what they're doing right now. It's hard to get a big record company to hire you
so
to
you need
do record.
So you need the backing.
The backing, yeah, the money.
Mike, it's been a real pleasure. We wish you good luck.
Muchas
Keep history
gracias.
going at Casa Amadeo.
I will, as long as I can.
And we'll be right back.